Hey guys, it's your boy Ken, and today I want to talk to you guys about skill sets for Captain Marvel. This is a very wonderful, strong character. Blaster slash brawler, I call it, because she does have a lot of attacks that either are range but for the most part, they're either mid-range or they're very up close, right, when you're using them. So I will say some of them are better for PvP, some of them are better for PvE. So I do have 3 different build sets that I will show you guys after I discuss what I think are the top skills for this particular character, based on pretty much the extensive time that I've used her. I've mained her. I really haven't spent too much time with the other heroes. So I will showcase skills for the other heroes down the line once I get used to them. But let's kick things off with the first one. And this one is for Mighty Flight. It's the last one that you can get in here. Enforcing Charge is a very strong skill. Guard Break is the highest, so this one, it hits pretty strong, but it's not just a strong hitting skill. Once you charge forward, the damage will change, of course, depending on the level that you have it set at. But what it does is gather strength and strike the airborne enemies to deal additional damage and decrease their defense. So decreases defense by 30.4% for 5 seconds when the skill lands. So this is a very, very strong skill to use, because it pretty much, after that, any other skills that you use right after, you're taking advantage at an increased rate based on you lowering their defense. The other one that I really love, and the second one from Photon Charge, Energy Drain, is the third one that you unlock here. Cooldown is at 19 seconds, 25 stamina. So what this one does, and I think this one really excels in PvE, it recovers stamina by 5.92% for each target hit. So definitely when you're taking advantage of this, because you have a lot of enemies surrounding you, you're gonna recover stamina super quickly with this character as it is. So once again, percentage changes, but what you do is damage to enemies and recover stamina relative to the number of enemies hit. So the bigger the crowd, the more stamina that you're going to be receiving in this case. Energy Impact. So from Energy Impact, the last one is one of my favorite skills, and what you do with this one is recovers the ultimate skill gauge by 15.2%. Her ultimate is really strong binary eruption. So the biggest thing with this, once you get the ultimate, you increase attack increases in binary mode, and also she becomes immune to all debuffs. So this is huge for Captain Marvel. It's all about protecting her, but also increasing the skill sets and the attack range on all the skills that you're going to be using during this particular time. So the more that you get the ult, and the faster that you get it as well, the better your fight's going to go, the more damage output you're going to put into any particular fight. So this is a very, very, very strong move in my opinion, and it's almost one that, even though it probably won't be as beneficial in a PvP fight, it will be very beneficial throughout all of PvE, story mode, raids, etc. Okay, so give that a shot. Let me know what you guys think. The next one is Photon Flight. Higher is the third one that you unlock. So for this one, Guard Break is only at medium, and then the cooldown is 34 and 44 seconds. But what it does well is it sends damage into the air, and then you continue to hit very strong damage at, once again, it depends the level that you have it at. Another option, and I think this one is very strong as well, I always go back and forth between these two, and you'll see that for PvE or for PvP I change between these two, is Photon Flight Hero's Entrance. Hero's Entrance has a high, the highest Guard Break in this particular skill. And then it does land a ground deal damage of 757 based on what I have it at, but damage is pretty strong. Of course, I think higher with the bigger damage in PvE is a little bit better, but and you don't have to worry too much about guard breaks in PvE. Then let's look at this one real quick. This is a nice one for Photon Blast. This one, tons of damage again, depending on what you have it at, but the damage increases based on the time hit by the blast. So of course, the longer that you continuously hit a target, the more damage output you're going to be putting into them. So that's definitely a strong skill to consider, and that's actually the third one that you unlock in Photon Blast. Pre-power, there's a couple here that I like, but I think Corkscrew Kick is my favorite one here. 40-second cooldown, 42 stamina, but what it does well, decreases defense by 29.1% for 5 seconds when the skill lands, knocks back when the skill lands. Guard Break is a medium, but once again, that's huge. For 5 seconds, you're gonna be increasing pretty much your output damage because their defense is down by 29%. So very strong move. Photon energy, superhuman strength, 17-second cooldown, 20 seconds. 20 stamina is required for this. Once I got a hold of this one and I unlocked this one, I don't think I've ever let go of this move. I think this is a very necessary skill. You can change anything that you want about Captain Marvel, but this one is key, and it's also for how long it does it for. So this one, no matter what, because the other ones are based on if you hit the target, right? This is for you. Increases defense by 36.34% for 8 seconds. So this is gonna once again increase the longevity, is gonna survivability aspect of your character when you're doing damage and knocking them down too at that. So you knock them down, get them off your back, but also anything that you absorb is going to increase the defense on your end. Here comes another one that I like, and this one is the last one that you unlock in Photon Buster. Is the Buster Sphere. The Buster Sphere, it has high guard break damage, 22 seconds of cooldown, 33 stamina, and this one, it's kind of like the Goku move, I call it. It's pretty high damage, but I almost haven't been using this one as much because I think there's better skills. So let's go into my actual build and what I'm using the most right now. So this is my PvE skills. This is my, I would say, like boss fights, etc. And then like PvP matches, this is what I have. But I'm gonna show you guys the order for them. So I do have for PvE, Photon Energy, the Photon Absorption works against the defense up, it's great. I have Photon Flight higher. I have Cosmic Recharge as well. The Energy Drain and the Enforcing Charge. I do have them in a particular order for a reason, so let me show you guys why. I have the first one, Photon Energy, because I want to start off my skill set by having defense up on me. It lasts for 8 seconds, so it's one of the longer lasting ones. Then the second one is right here, being able to land and give them decrease their defense as well. So once I get defense up, I give defense down on them, and then the rest of the skills are just to take advantage of that at that point. The third one that I have is the Energy Impact, the Cosmic Recharge on this. So this is just to increase the ult by 15% and be able to get it earlier than normal. The fourth one at this point, I'm just trying to recharge my stamina again, and depending if there's a multitude of enemies around you, you're going to get a lot of stamina right back on this. Then just to finish it off with a bang, I do the Photon Flight higher. And my second build of skills, and I love this one too, I have Mighty Flight, Enforcing Charge again. This one's a very strong move. Energy Impact, knocking them down, recovering ultimate skill gauge again. Once again, this is one that I would love to use against boss fights for the most part. I did add the Photon Blast, the Photon Focus on this, because this one, once again, over time, if you can hit a boss fight, you just see the health bar go down as you continue. And the higher, of course, the level it is, the harder it hits. Then I have the pre-powered corkscrew kick for the enemy defense down as well. And then for this one, once again, it's an essential. I pretty much have this in every one of my builds. It's a must, and that's the one that I start off with. So I'll show you guys the order real quick. So as I mentioned, it's number 1. It's the first one that I like to use. Right after, I use Enforcing Charge, defense down again. So you're gonna see a pattern here. However, things change in a second. So I do Energy Impact, Cosmic Recharge. But here we go, Corkscrew Kick. And as I mentioned, this is a very, very strong move. Continue to pound the enemy to set them up for this one, which is the Photon Blast. Once you knock them down with the creep power, because they're gonna be knocked down, then you know you're gonna have an opening for Photon Blast, and they're gonna receive a ton of damage based on this. Remember, as it continues to hit the target, you're gonna see all the increased damage over time. So this is the one that I use against boss fights. All right, guys, and for my last build, it's against PvP. So for PvP skills, I have Mighty Flight again, Enforcing Charge. Enforcing Charge, I think I've used in all 3 other builds. It's just a really strong move on her end. Highest guard break again, and then decreasing the defense for 5 seconds is huge. Same thing goes for PvP purposes. Then I do have Hero's Entrance, which I chose Hero's Entrance over higher The guard break is the highest on this one, so based on that stat alone, I decided to go for this one instead. The Photon focus, it's another strong move, and it works well against boss fights, but it also works well against PvP. And once again, as long as you're taking advantage and you've knocked down your opponent, this is an amazing skill to use because of all the high damage you're going to be doing in here. Now, for creep power, I decide to go for Cosmic Combo over Corkscrew Kick. I know this one decreases the defense by 29% for 5 seconds when it lands and knocks back the opponent. However, I've noticed that in most cases, and you can alternate, you can go back and forth, and depending on how you're doing with one or the other, I think you can give this one a shot as well. This one does increase does an abundance of damage as well. 36-second cooldown, 49 stamina, and most PvP fights tend to end pretty early on. You might not be able to use this move more than once anyway, and the fight might end in PvP. So something to consider. You can change it into Corkscrew Kick, but I'm having I think more success with Cosmic Combo when it's just a 1v1 matchup, as long as of course you land this skill. And then for Photon Energy, Photon Absorption, you guys already know this is a must. I'll show you guys the order for this again. So that's always going to be my first one. Once again, it doesn't matter, I don't have to hit the target. This is about me increasing my own defense and survivability for at least 8 seconds in the beginning. Then from there, I move forward to Mighty Flight and Force Charge. That's my second move, defense down on the enemy. Then Photon Flight, Hero's Entrance, guard, the highest guard break, and it hits pretty hard. Then from there, hopefully you've knocked down your opponent, or you slowed them down enough to hit them with the Photon Blast Focus. Finishing things off with that nice and juicy Cosmic Combo, but once again, you can alternate between Cosmic Combo and the Corkscrew Kick. So yeah guys, that's my builds. That's the order that I use my skills in PvP, in PvE. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Leave a thumbs up if you guys found it helpful. Once I get more of the other characters done, I will share what I think are the best skills for this one. But if you guys are using something completely different, please let me know in the comment section down below so that others can have a good idea as to what else to try out. All right guys, hope you guys enjoy this. I'll let you guys go by just leaving all the skills that Captain Marvel has. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till the next one, peace out.